MacSog.
Today on the MacSog Adventure International channel, we cover part 1 of our Republic Paladin custom armor system for 1/6 scale figures. Let's get it started.
There are 3 new adventures for the adventure team. Here are 3. You can investigate strange UFO phenomenon with the Crop Circle investigation set featuring the Trace Residue Element Analyzer. And there's a Joe ready to battle any mechanical foe with the Robot Hunter set using his Para-Power Rifle and Power Pack. Your adventure can contain a deadly viral outbreak with the Biohazard Danger set in his Magna Claw. Collect all 3 of these new adventure team sets, each sold separately. Crop Circle Investigation, Robot Hunter, and Biohazard Danger set each sold separately. Figure-in boots not included. From Atomic Mushroom.
What's up, my dudes and ladies? So, what is a Republic Paladin Armor System? Well, a Paladin is a new series of characters that I'll be creating for a new world that I'm making, and it's going to be a big segment in the future for the MacSog Adventure International channel. So real quick, it's sort of like Warhammer, but since I don't own that IP and I don't want to get sued, I'm making my own armor, lore, story, and characters, and I hope you guys are along for the ride. Anyway, let's get the video started. Alright guys, excuse the way I'm shooting this. I'm not the most tech savvy guy when it comes to filming stuff like this. Anyway, this is the helmet set for my Republic Paladin Armor System, and this is going to be part of a 16-man squad that's based on a chess set. More on that later. This one here is the commander's helmet, and this is more for precision, like a paladin that would be armed with precision weapons, not necessarily a sniper rifle. And this is a standard helmet that my guys would be donning, and of course this is the this one here is the Spider Eye helmet, and that one is gonna be for the guys that are on point, or you know, where they need to scan something and they need the most information. Here's a shot of the back, and this is all done in Tinkercad. Anyway, that's it for the helmet. We'll move on to the next segment. All right, so hey Jasper, that's my cat Jasper. Anyway, I'm in my little workshop, and I've 3D printed those helmets, and here is one on a vintage Adventure Team G.I. Joe. Now things might change. I might design the suit, not necessarily made for a 60s style G.I. Joe, but maybe for a newer type body. But I wanted to make the helmets to be able to fit the biggest heads that I know for a 1/6 scale figure. And this is a G.I. Joe that's fully flocked with beard and hair. So that gives you an idea of how spacious it is in there without looking too big. This helmet is about the same size as a Star Wars Imperial Stormtrooper in 1/6 scale would be on a figure. Maybe this is slightly smaller, but so you'll have an idea of what it would look like once he's fully donned with a full set of armor that hopefully I can finish in a timely manner. So here's the precision specialist helmet called the side-eye. So this one, basically, he has one of the ocular eyes that's mounted on the helmet, just like the standard one, but this one is more sensitive, more for precision shooting, and this covered eye here has a sort of like a monitor or like an assisted eye. It's not really something that's connected directly to his sight, but it detects movement, so he's got enhanced peripheral vision systems, so that if somebody was trying to sneak up on him or something, it will automatically detect it and it will move to that, it will slide to that position. And of course it can double as his, you know, what is that, his left eye. So that's the precision helmet, and this is again the commander's helmet, or the squad commander's helmet, and this is the standard Paladin helmet system. I like how it turns out. It's, you know, I wasn't going for a heroic look. I wanted that kind of a helmet that would instill terror in the enemy if they saw it. You know, sort of like if you've seen that movie Jinro, you'll know what I mean. You know, it's kind of cool and kind of menacing at the same time. That's the most like optioned out helmet, as you might say, which is the spider eye helmet. So this guy would be like the point man, or if they wanted to like have the helmet that best you know, can analyze the battlefield situations, hidden enemies. It has more options for, you know, different spectrums of scanning something. Man, and I haven't even covered weapons and all the doodads yet, but that's coming down on the other parts of this video. Alright guys, anyway, this is the model of the chest armor. Let's get rid of the helmet for now. Let's see. Boom. So as you can see, it's modeled on top of a G.I. Joe vintage body. Now I can tell from here that the way it's designed right now, there's no way to slip this armor on top of this figure because of the chest. He's got a nice barrel-chested build, I suppose. So, but I think I have a solution for that. More on that later. But for now, as you can see, the modeling is done. And this is Tinkercad. Again, I don't do Blender, I don't do ZBrush, although I'd like to learn ZBrush. Here it is without the figure. Now these holes here are actually for magnets. More on that later. Anyway, I think we're done on this one, and we're going to, or we already kind of printed it last night. I just wanted to show you the 3D model before we do that. sometimes necessity actually turns out to be something serendipitous. In this case, as you know, I've already designed the armor on Tinkercad and was able to print it last night. But it will not slip over this torso because he sort of has a barrel-chested build to him. So here is the chest armor, and as you can see, it turned out great. I spoke of serendipity, and it just so happens that it fits on this new body perfectly without any modification to the design. And this body here I got from AliExpress. That's AliExpress, and it was recommended to me by our good friend Andy Hasara, aka Andy from Indy. And this is a great, robust, heavy figure, and it's very inexpensive. Anyway, the figure came with a couple of neck pieces. Let's see. It came with all of that. It didn't come with a head, but it came with several neck pieces and ball joints and hands. This project is intended from the ground up to be completely custom, a completely different look from the way I do the adventure team stories and outfits. Those outfits are done more in a stylized, toy-centric way. Well, we're gonna go all out on this custom, where we not only go for a more scaled look, but we're going to be implementing another thing that I like, which is painting models. So we're gonna have weathering and damage effect. So it's gonna have like slides, water slide decals, the whole works. And let's see, here's what it looks like with the commander's helmet. It's gonna hover about like right there when all is said and done. And here's the standard Paladin helmet. And let's see, here's the what do you call the spider eye helmet. And we have the precision side eye helmet. Now, another detail that I wanted to share with you about the chest armor here is we're going to see those holes on that in the back there, and I'm talking about the 4 sets of holes. Those are going to be for N52 neodymium magnets. I decided on N52s because, not to get too technical here, because they're what they refer to as permanent magnets, and from what I read, these N52 magnets only lose 1% of their magnetic properties after, get this, 100 years. So I think we're going to be good. Anyway, the plan is also to make a sort of one-piece spandex base uniform or outfit, and then over that is a second layer of like soft tactical gear. You know how I do those for these guys? Well, that's going to hold the armor pieces in place without it shifting around, like, you know how that's kind of flippity floppy. And it also adds a very interesting look and layer to the figure, because if you're not familiar with cyberpunk, that cyberpunk look, that techno-futuristic look, if you notice, there's multi layers to that, and that look really appeals to me, and it's going to be part of this new lore story world that we're creating for the channel. Like I said, it's inspired by, you know, video games like Warhammer 40K, Gears of War, Killzone, games like that. And you know, anyway, this thing is going to be a complete custom. Even the hands are going to be custom. The boots are going to be 2 pieces that slide together. We're making custom neck pieces for like custom heads. I'm thinking of doing, you know, there's that still not written in stone. We'll have to see. That's the Republic Paladin Armor System. So again, these characters are sort of like super soldiers called paladins. Anyway guys, that's what I have for you on this part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 and any subsequent parts. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Max Sog out.